Hello, my name is Michael with the Route Hub training program, and I'm going to show you how to deploy the FortiGate Next Generation Firewall Appliance by Fortinet step by step for many of the practical uses that you can deploy for your own environment. Now, before I do that, let me provide some highlights about the FortiGate firewall and the design that we will use in this video series. Let me begin this conversation by quickly explaining security from a high-level perspective and the different type of security that we can enforce. The main purpose for any security solution is to provide protection of data communication through any network so it is not stolen or destroyed. So we live in a world where bad things happen with bad people doing bad things. We can't change that. Now, many of us believe in doing the right thing, but once again, that isn't the case for some people. Luckily, there are many security solutions that can help to protect the data and services that are important to us as a person or as a company. The most common solution is with firewall services, which is responsible for filtering traffic based on the network, the IP address, the protocol, and even the port number if necessary, including advanced filtering by looking at the identity of the user and what type of websites they're accessing. We can filter based on the applications, micro applications, the URL, the file types, the operating system, the web browser that you're using, to even the type of mobile device that you're using. Another security solution is with VPN tunnels. This allows building a secure tunnel with other sites or clients for accessing restrictive information. So VPN tunnels, they provide many capabilities such as confidentiality, which deals with encryption, and integrity, which deals with confirming that the data in the VPN tunnel has not been compromised. Next, we have IPS services, which can provide a much deeper look of data communication flowing through the network. Many IPS services are embedded with many next generation firewall appliances today, but IPS can be deployed to act passively by only looking at the traffic, then reporting back, or being more active and blocking any traffic that could cause an impact or threat to the actual network. We have content filtering services, and much of this is also included with the next generation firewall appliances. This pertains to antivirus checking for malware, to website filtering. And we have identity access control services, which is focused on looking at the identity of the user, then determining what type of security policy should be enforced. Now, this pertains more with internal access, where filtering based on the user's identity on a firewall is more external. Threats can easily be spread internally, so deploying deeper security internally is also very important for data loss prevention. We have a video series in our collection for deploying such a solution for identity access control. But this video series is focused on showing you how to deploy a next generation firewall using the FortiGate firewall in a practical environment. Fortinet has a wide range of firewall models that you can choose from, like the FortiGate 60D model or the 600C model, for example. The different firewall models will vary based on the performance and their port capacity. For example, the 60D model has a firewall performance up to 1.5 gigabits per second, where the 600C model has firewall performance up to 16 gigabits per second. The higher models will also have higher support for connection counts and VPN tunnels that can be established. Plus, there's even more FortiGate firewall models that are not shown here that can work for even larger environments. Fortinet announced having a terabit performing firewall, so that can definitely be considered for very large data center and ISP type environments. But regardless of the FortiGate model that is chosen, how you configure firewall services, IPS to VPN, is the same. So just keep that in mind, and this is true for any firewall series like the Cisco ASA, including the Palo Alto Network security appliances. What is important is to determine the correct firewall that fits for your environment. And some of these factors will include determining what is the business size of your environment. Is it a small size network, an SMB, a medium, or maybe it is a large size network? Another attribute is understanding the performance requirements that exist on your network, the internet connection, for example, and matching that performance with what firewall supports that. Understanding the number of firewall interfaces or ports, for example, that will be used for connecting between the various networks is important. That may exist like an internal interface, a WAN interface, a DMZ interface, and so on. And of course, understanding what features will be required on your network for security enforcement. So use this table as a guideline to help with those decisions. You can download the most recent version of this product matrix from Fortinet.com, but I will also include this as a PDF of this matrix in your package for easy reference. Speaking of features, there are many great enhanced features that can be used on a FortiGate firewall. And below are some of these features that you can run, such as enabling advanced routing like BGP or OSPF. Of course, you have your security policies and NAT that you can do. The FortiGate supports SSL decryption, which is a very impressive and important feature for next generation firewalls. It has UTM features. We can enable two-factor authentication and so on. So our design will include many of these features that we will configure in different video topics that you will see.